So good afternoon, everyone. It's Colleen here from Nurture Network, and we are actually doing a segment today for any students that wants to do sports science or a BSc Biotechnology or sport management, sport fitness or sport coaching. Anything related to sport. This is now my field, man. Let's start. So I'm joined today, these students that will log on soon, but I'm joined today by Nick Phillips, and he's actually doing biotechnology, a field that I think our students who wants to go into the BSc field would be very, very fortunate if they can get in there, because it's another stream that they might not know about. So Nick, over to you. So tell us about your studies at the biotechnology through the sports science department.
So basically, it's actually not that bad. Like from my experience, it was just chemistry is my field. Like I have a passion for chemistry, so I could grasp the aspect and the concept of biotechnology easier. But the thing is, it's the understanding. Like with this BSc degree and using biotechnology, it allows you now to grasp the aspects of certain other careers, like example physiotherapy, occupational therapy, because this degree alone allows you now to understand that that's the building blocks. Because remember, no degree is in no waste. So what you do with this degree will be a basis of what you can do further on in your studies. For me, it's been a challenge, and it's been it's been a success for me, because the thing is, like, without knowing the basis of the human anatomy, although you learn it in school and that, the building blocks of how things work, especially in your studies and how to understand the situation in reality, you start to realize that learning certain small things will actually make you understand the larger amount of things that you need to know in life. And because, I might be doing BSc in sports science at this current moment, but this won't be my current field. I might go into it, I might progress into my honors in it. And when doing a BSc degree, your honors, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything. And it's just like, it's just your capacity, what you want to do in life. So for me, I'm actually grateful for doing this kind of degree, because the thing is, like, even at gym, I understand what I'm working on, what the anatomy is working on. I'm using this concept every single day with all my studies, like for my chemistry, the calculations that you use, things that you do on your basic level. Because school, you don't do a lot. School, you just learn, you get a certificate. Whereas when you start something small in university, you actually grasp the aspect of how to change the daily lifestyle. And yeah, whoever goes into this degree, it's what you put your mind into it. For me, I wasn't firstly, for me it wasn't the first choice, but actually I'm actually very grateful, because the thing is, without the knowledge that I have now currently of what I learned in my previous modules, and also in first year, understanding how things work, I wouldn't have been able to have the mindset that I have right now. And the subjects are not that difficult. The subjects are not that difficult. It's what you put your mind to it, and you can grasp anything what you do. Yeah.
Nick, I'm blown away. My world. People, did you hear? Listen, this is amazing. So I really believe that if you get somebody that's currently studying the field and telling people about it, that's the only way you're going to tell people what this is really about. I didn't know that the biotechnology is actually in food technology. It's in everything around us. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am.
So Nick, can you then in your next, when you said now, when you are done studying, can you then go into another field where you use this to go into another field because you've done it as BSc?
Yes. The thing is, with especially doing a BSc degree, what you currently have, you can branch off to anything. Because remember, everything what you're doing currently now is going to be a basis. It's going to be something that's going to align for the future events, because you remember in life you change your career like at least 3 times. So what we're doing currently now will probably shift and change on to the next few years. So that's always be your basis. And if you just came out fresh out of high school, you didn't know what to do, I think this would be a great opportunity.
Yes.
Because as for me, we all just numbers. Like, I just got thrown into university. I had no idea what I wanted for my life. Although I had an idea of this is the career that I want to go into. Although I didn't get in, I'm still working towards it. So that's the thing. You work towards what you can do with what you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot with the matriculants that we're working with. Sometimes you don't have an idea then at the age of 18 what you want to be when you are 50, for example. Things are going to happen to you. You don't know what lays ahead. And what's so remarkable, Nick, is that you had pure maths, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is why it made it easier for you to get in through the sports science department, but into biotechnology as well, which was great for you. No, Nick, thank you very much. So I'm going to be sharing now with the team just the requirements of getting through. And I thank you very, very much for joining us today. Thank you, Nick.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you. So, bye. So what I'm going to be sharing now with everybody is actually just the requirements of how to get into this course. Now, the biotechnology as well as the sports science as a field. If you, for example, go to UWC, you need to have, for the minimum requirement now, a 4 for your home language, a 4 for your maths, but they're saying a 4. But that obviously means that you can't just have a 4 at the end of the year. You now need to do a little bit better than that in order to get in. And that means it's about a 60% as well. And obviously your other subjects 4s as well. But again, that doesn't mean that you're going to get in. It just means that you have made the minimum requirements to get in. Now, it's important that to note that your languages are important to get in. Your maths is important to get in, as well as your other subjects, and life science is important to get into biotechnology. Now, you might not get into the BSC department, but you will get in through the sports science department, which many people don't know about. That is why I got Nick here today, because the sports science department is still in the community health science field, and that is why I wanted to share that with you. Just something else, that if you, for example, take the BSc sports exercise as a field, then your average should be a 4 or a 5, but you need to then also have for your maths literacy you can do for sports science. Now, there is sports science or sports management at CPUT as well as UWC. CPUT is at Wellington campus, and UWC is at the Bellville site. But you can also go and do sports related courses at ETA, as well as at sports science, as well as at Northlink and some of the colleges, obviously. In some cases, you have to pay for it, but in other cases, you need to make sure that you have the right results so that you can get in there, because they are not all bursary courses. You need to remember you will need to pay for yourself as well. That's very important to note. So when you go to your Northlinks, when you go to your ETA, when you go to your sports science department, therefore that's also linked to UCT. You need to remember, in some cases, you are going to pay. The rates for the payments, and you can ask, I also have Layla planned on, who can guide you because she's currently studying there. UCT Sports Science is a little bit more expensive than ETA, which is a little bit more expensive than Northlink again. But you are all doing almost like a qualification where you will do a practical component and you will do a theory component. Whereas at the university, there is practical components, but it's not in the same way as at your ETA or at your sports science, because there you fully need to go into a gym and you are going to do your hours there and you work according to a logbook. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody today. And the students that were interested in doing sports science, biotechnology, they then have the time where they can link up and watch this in their own time, or here on Nurture Network, we will be able to share it with others, because it's important that we show others what the career is all about, so that you're not taken aback when you get into it all at once. So have a great day, Nurture Networkers, and we'll be back. We've just established that next week, Wednesday, we will be going live with Janice Cosette, and she's going to tell us more about the social work career. And the students who's interested in that field will be coming online with us. So have a good day, everyone.